Mr. Locke, are you here with us as well?
Yes, I am. I was just doing some quick calculations to put a nice lead in on this stream here. Is that a python is a fourth of a pound and costs 5 copper pieces. So
Yeah.
if our good ogre friend here can carry half a ton, that's
Ogre.
that's 4,000 pythons at 200 gold,
Yeah.
orc rather. Completely feasible.
Yeah.
Here, 2 bucks
Oh
for
no, I
you.
was just making a joke. I've been calculating all week.
I like that attitude. So, without any further ado, who is gonna make us a recap and, if possibly, a thorough one? Because we have one person here that was missing last week.
Too easy if you have no issues, Og.
There's that lock.
All right. So to start our detailed recap for our missing sorcerer last session, we actually started with Shar fucking off in the morning. She was going to go haggle for some breaking down some Caledon corpses, as we had two from a couple days ago, seeing what she could get from the various bits and pieces of it, as well as acquainting herself with the local market in town. And as the rest of the 3/4 of the group headed out, we learned that it was the equinox celebration that was starting toward the end of that day. And a full town square with people milling about getting ready for it, as well as a big bonfire that was going to be lit toward the midnight. There was a flower seller going around selling sunflowers for the very, very, very low price of 1 gold per flower. And how could we not take advantage of a flower that would bring us luck, apparently? So we got one. And then after inquiring with some local guards, we found out that as it is a big fucking city, that two magic users coming in kind of go unnoticed if some people wouldn't know them already. But they threw the suggestion out that why don't we check the local library to see if we could find any information about them. So one of the guard captains had some, for lack of better words, library cards being made up for us so we can try to get some info on Tyrion's apprentices. And so, with the day free, and because we had a rough couple days previously, Ogvar led the group to an herbalism shop. And after seeing a wide menagerie of other things, both legal and questionably legal, that he had in stock, including a love potion, he bought one healing potion, keeping it safe. Afterward, Ogvar and Juniper went ahead to the local mage tower that they saw, trying to take up some time that while their library cards are being made, going over there to ask if they know of Tyrion's apprentices themselves. As they went off to it, Locke went back and did Locke things, which is buy drugs, needing them later. And so eventually meeting up at the mage tower, they met with a elder dwarf, a sage Neston Emberhelm. Yes, I can write. One of the professors there at the mage tower, and the party filled them in on the local slot attacks that have been happening over back yonder where they came from. And he, by way of luck rather, knew possibly someone who knows of these two apprentices. So after some clothes shopping, as everyone is just wearing bloody and torn rags, one of us just reeking of swamp and spore. After that, got some cool clothes and then went over to the library, but not before Ogvar requisitioned a mask for that equinox celebration happening later in the day, with the intent of wearing it for that specific time, but it's gonna take 6 days to make, so he'll get it eventually for other things. Anywho's, going back to the library, got their library cards, and while we were getting them from the inn, Shar actually came up and given us her updates as to where she checked out the market. She was able to sell the commandant parts in 3 batches: the poison glands, the sleep glands, and then the rest of the bodies for taxidermy or what the fuck ever, met with varying levels of success. So, heading off to the library, they met up with Elmerhelm and a person named Marlos, the person who met the two apprentices earlier, or so he says. So they spent the time researching, the two students rather, were researching time, more specifically the study of chronergy, as well as searching for the myth of the Heliocaste, which is apparently a sphinx said to be atop the largest mountain of the Solar Peak Mountains. So from there, Ogvar and Juniper researched this Heliocaste legend, finding that it was to be more than just a myth. It had some root in reality. The Sphinx puts people through some sort of trial to see if they're capable of receiving some interesting rewards hereunto unknown. But a point of contention, humanoids alone have not seemed to be able to find the Sphinx. They need some sort of help. Moving off from there, on the highest peak, there is also apparently some hot springs to visit. And going up along the mountain, as well as some rare minerals, which, of course, piqued Shar's interest. However, Ogvar, being the personable and charismatic person that he is, kind of saw Marlos as sus, to use a term that all the local kids use. And so, at the quest, Locke followed him to see if anything was going on. Locke turned invisible with a nat 20 stealth and followed Marlos back to the way of the Mage Tower. He was socializing here and there, but at the gates, overheard him talking to another mage, saying, and I quote, "Today we sent another 3 to the Solar Peaks. Do you think we'll return? I'm not sure. It's for their own benefit, but I still feel like sending them on a wild goose chase." To which this individual replied, "They might be the ones. What's it to you after all?" What's that mean? We'll see. We're good at that kind of stuff. Later on, Shar shows up to the group in Town Square and talks about having worked to secure a bigger merchant future there in Ironhaven. Hey, always good to prep. And as the night wore on, a lot of character RP happened. Some people were trying to process some recent events and questioning the way forward. Other people got drunk and stoned, and then other people tried to help them all and gave some exposition as to, what their background was. And we kind of closed out the end of the Equinox celebration, all going back at individual points to the inn, some walking, others carried, before prepping for tomorrow's day. What do we need to get? How do we prepare? We'll find out, because tentatively later on in the afternoon, we have us a fucking mountain to climb.
And that was what happened last time. I believe that, alongside with what I've sent you earlier these days, Saar should cover you. But if you have any questions, feel free to. So, the plan is that the next day you would be moving towards the solar peak. Well, at least at the mountain of it, because the solar peak is up high, which should take some time or perhaps a day of hiking to reach. Depends on how well the road and the pathways up there lead. But of course, you have the morning of the next day to buy anything that you might need, like Sar is already doing, as we can see in chat, and like I've informed you. For the normal adventuring gear prices, it's a large city, you could find anything non-magical you wish to.
We did a lot.
Mhm. It won't make a lot of a difference, but for sure you can get some gold off. You know what? I will not say that it's a no, because it's a persuasion check for several of the shopping stuff that you're taking, but I will give you only very small discount as you try to bargain here and there with a few of close dealers. I can get it that you would get 2 GP off in total. But yeah, I see several sets of clothes. A quick question, sir. Are you intending on taking a cart or one of the horses up with you? And that will be one of them? All of them? What's the plan? Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. Just so I know. There is a big chance, as you did read and asked around to be informed, that halfway to the trip they won't be able to come any forward. However, there is a small thorp there that you could perhaps let them be safe. But at least you will have, let's say, a checkpoint halfway with them. Mhm. Yeah, that's reasonable. Uh, Though, of course, speaking of business, if you manage to ensure a pathway to minerals and ores, what you need actually to get is a small sample to check it afterwards for its effects, its benefits, and how clean it is. And perhaps you could establish the travel road afterwards. I mean, from a business perspective, that could work as well. Telling that so that you don't worry about not having the card at all times with you. But yeah, so Locke, Ogvar, anything else that you would like to buy?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first, Ogvar will ask around and see if any of the local, daredevils or just typical mountain goers that climb the mountain. Know if there are any rough spots where we might need to climb and how many of those there are.
Okay, roll me an investigation check. You can roll it either with intelligence or with charisma if you wish, because you're asking people. It's up to you.
Where did it go? There it is. Gosh, excuse me.
All right, that's a decent check. So, from what you hear, a lot of people have went hiking. More of them during the past. There have been several years since they started not going. Not because there is a big change. Uh, there are some people that live in the mountains, but there are also a lot of hippogriffs. That's where this town gets them as well, which are kind of, you know, they are omnivorous and they are a bit savage on at times. They are attacking people sometimes, but on the climbing aspect, you will confirm what I've said to you earlier about not needing to climb at least until 8,000 feet, and afterwards there is a rough way that you should have climbing equipment on you, but that's at the last 2,000 feet or even less.
Alright, Locke, I still have some calculations to do, so you can do whatever you did.
Well, I'm just going to get some climbing gear and then a fur-lined jacket. And then, yeah, just because I have a lot of her money, I'll get I'll get Juniper the same, just like climbing gear for her, and then just a thick coat or something.
No.
A climber's kit costs 25 gold pieces,
Mm,
and it includes special speedons, boot tips, gloves, and harness. You can find it all in an adventurer's gear. It's actually really helpful in such occasions because you can anchor yourself and you can't fall more than 25 feet from where you anchor yourself.
All right, too easy.
oh my gosh.
So, unfortunately, Juniper is not here with us, and it's possible that she would want to swap a couple of things. So, I would keep it a bit vague on what she has on her. I'd assume since you told her so, she would also get a climber's kit. But I won't do any calculations or money stuff with her. I will leave it to her for the next session because I don't want. Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, I
but
mean,
it's
I
possible
still
that
have,
she might want other stuff. That's why.
yeah, maybe other stuff, but just essentials for what we might be doing. That's all.
Hmm. That's very
And you said
thoughtful of
the
you.
climber's kit? Oh, I can just look it up. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay, you should also. Mhm. Okay, you can roll me also an investigation check or a history check. You can roll it with charisma if you prefer it. Mhm. Oh, you have proficiency, and that's nice. So, in that regard, by asking a few of the merchants around, you know where to go since you went to the marketplace after going for shopping some clothes. You will ask at a few blacksmiths, which are the ones that it's more plausible for them to have the proper information in regards to the ores. And you will learn a couple most common from those two things that you will learn is the kind of common knowledge that there is a lot of obsidian, which is not the rarest of minerals, but it is quite rare and has a nice price to it. However, you will hear also a few rumors about a more pure ore, a mineral that comes from the elemental planes and specifically of fire ancestry. But there have been a few years since the last found some of it. It seems to be very scarce, but there is in these locations. The name of the elemental ore, the fair one, is ignium. I'll write it in chat as well.
Notes.
So, I would like you to roll me a history check now. That's not in regards to the mountain, but it's more in regards to the ignium since you found out about it. Okay, so you might not know a lot of stuff about ignium per se. You might not know about its properties other than, well, it's hot, it's fiery. But you kind of remember of one merchant that once found about a few ores of ignium, a few pounds, and he immediately went big. Seems like this thing, even in a few pounds of weight, costs a lot, holds a very hefty price.
Make it.
And I'm not talking adamantine prices, a lot more than that. That's reasonable, actually.
Igneum Knuckles.
Augie's good to purchase stuff when everyone's ready.
Well, there do exist in the world, you can easily learn that, but not on the solar peak in specific, obviously. But yeah, there are actually several kinds of. There are four distinct elemental. Uh, no, well, that's not actually really true. There are three and a half, let's say. There is Ignium, there is True Eyes, and there is Stormfrax, which has the lightning element. And then there is also a kind of mineral that has the essence of the air, and it kind of has different properties. You have heard about this stuff, but it's always vague because you haven't actually met someone having it. And people get to say a lot of rumors and legends and myths about such legendary things, but most of them haven't seen one by themselves to know exactly what they do. Mhm. You can know if you're interested in that. So it is Ignium, as I said, the fire one, True Eyes, the elemental one, Stormfrax, the lightning, and Skybuff Amber is the air one. Let me write it.
It's fire damage.
Skybuff Amber weighs 0 pounds. That's what you know about it. It's weightless. It floats.
I like that.
That's its interesting property. Oh, kind of.
Got attracted by some rope.
I mean, you know what? Because let's say that that's a kind of conversation you had with each other. Uh, Ogvar and not Locke. Ogvar, roll me a history check.
All right. Let me pull it up. Sorry. Sorry. Where are you? There you are.
Hmm,
Oof. I know
interesting.
things. Sometimes.
So, even though the orcs haven't been cooperating a lot with other races, you do know that orcs tend to go kind of well with a lot of giant kin creatures. And your culture has some stuff from it also in your own.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, you have heard about some giants, the cloud ones, that travel in the skies in floating castles. Such castles are made from that material.
Pretty cool. Grab my note. First, Ogvar tells you about it, then you're interested, buddy. Don't get ahead of yourself. Yes.
Yeah, with this information all in handy and a few interesting facts now that you've learned for future adventures, I believe you are ready to begin your journey.
I got shopping. Sorry.
Mhm.
Before we leave, Ogvar will spend 48 and 48 gold and 5 silver to buy at base price 2 mining picks, 1 climbing gear, cold clothes, and 190 piton.
All right, that sounds good to me.
That's it. Thank you.
In regards to the others, I can also check your character sheets, but since you updated on D&D Beyond, I can't see it well in game. So
I'll
yeah,
tell you the PDF.
it's good to know. Yeah, it's all right. And thus, your journey shall begin with Juniper carrying some of the stuff for you, your cart, of course, carrying the massive weight, and all four of you venturing on an adventure. Uh, it's an interesting attitude you all have right now, and especially Juniper is really happy to go to another place to visit and especially since that place is one of nature itself and not a city. Not that cities like cities, but yeah, she feels more at home while going outside, as this city, the city of the sun, will be left behind you. You will start your journey towards the solar peak. The solar peak is around 20 miles away from the city of Anarith, and you have started your journey during the afternoon, which means it will take you till the late evening to reach the base of the mountain, which is actually a very good point of the day to reach it, since you would like to sleep and begin hiking at early the next day so that the sun doesn't get you at its highest point. Though it is autumn, so it's not like you are gonna get sunburned or something. Pun intended for the solar peak stuff. But yeah, as your journey begins, you have all three horses. Am I right? Charles, Chuck, and Cheer. All right. So the draft horses will be making your journey a lot easier, with Saar being the one that invested in such stuff, which are now helping you. And during your first day, as you are going and looking for some stuff, you will actually cross paths with another merchant. As you will see, himself having a draft horse as well and a cart while he is leading it, you will see a dwarf with a kind of a greedy look, with a pouch like a periapt hanging from his neck. Roll me a religion check if you wish, Sar. Okay, yeah, you don't understand anything from that. But as he passes and he comes a bit forward, he'll say, "Hey, watch out!" And he then notices the carts behind you and say, "Oh, you're fellow merchants. Good evening, then. My name is Emil Orbrand. Where are you heading exactly? Because this way it goes only to the mountains." Ooh. Well, yeah, that would have been a good idea sometime in the past. But I'd suggest you did not go that way. Well, people have known me to be a bit antagonizing at times, but I can tell you for sure that's not it. You can even see, and he will open a curtain right behind him to his card, and you will, at first glance, notice that it is kind of empty. It doesn't have a lot of stuff inside. The few stuff he has are covered, though. See, things have changed. In the good, golden old days, it was different. We went to the mountains, we searched for some stuff, we traded with the locals, and we got what we wanted. We sold it in the city, and we made some bucks. Nice merchant work. Now, it's not the same. Friggin' giants. And not only them, they have a lot on their armies. It's just plain annoying. You can't make work. You can't converse with them. It's really bad. Um, well, to be fair, giant king would be the proper word. Ogres, you know? They're, yeah, it's not like there are a lot, but there are enough to be of concern to us. And That's actually it. Yeah. Some goblins as well, but goblins are also interested for money, so you can trade with them. But now that there are the ogres right above them, that's kind of a problem.
There's
Anyway, what are you selling? Are you going for ores? Hmm, people, which ones? I do know the locals. I could guide you. Huh, interesting. Very. Huh. Whoever might be interested, feel free to roll me an insight check, because at that moment he makes a kind of interesting face. Okay, Locke, you do understand that he knows something about them. I mean, at the at you saying about two mages, he's like, huh, I've heard about this. His face clearly says that.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen to be something you happen to see or pass by on your way up there, huh?
Hmm, seems like you're good at your wits. I can tell you that they are some lazy wizards not doing anything in their lives and just seeking for a myth that doesn't exist. I've been to the mountain 1,000 times. I've never seen a creature that they are seeking for. Yeah, of course, I've heard about the tales that are there, but nope, nothing is real. Don't trust it. You're wasting your time.
Well, good thing we're trying to find some lazy wizards and not some sort of myth. So good that you've seen them, I guess.
Hmm. Right. Wish you the best. I'll be on my way. Yeah, roll me one.
he's only
Well,
been there 1,000.
he obviously says it metaphorically, but he's been quite a few times, yeah. He seems confident on it. My family has been selling ores since two two lineages ago, and that's what I'm going for. That's how we got our name as well. But as you can see, only a little pieces of obsidian on the early pieces of the mountain. And to be honest, I won't be able to send any miners deeper than that. So, yeah, I'll find something else. Another location, perhaps. Unearth has always been one of the good ones. A lot of mountains, mountains produce a lot of mines. Safe travel. That small encounter was actually kind of close to Anerith. You only traveled for a couple of hours after leaving. It's obviously, sorry, not Anerith, Iron Heaven. It means that he was traveling to Iron Heaven, of course, returning back. Yeah, you're in Anerith in general. It's in directly in the center of it.
Same zip code.
I believe I have it labeled now. You can see the solar peak right here. Yeah. So yeah,
And
as I said, it's around 20 to 30 miles till the beginning of the hiking, and a couple more upwards. Then it's actually a tough hiking place to go, but one of the most rewarding ones. That's why they have the hot springs on top as well. It means also that this place also has some volcanic. It's not an active volcano or something, but it has some hot waters running around. And that will also be one of the next things you will see. As you're going a bit closer to the mountain, it's late afternoon right now, you will notice some streams going down in the form of small rivers, or kind of bigger at some places. And for one moment, you will see Juniper going right next to the springs, and she will drink a bit of the water and say, that's weird. It's not cold at all. It's actually pretty warm."
mm,
She will be a bit enthusiastic at the sound of hot springs, and she remembers that. And she will say that she hasn't been to one before as well, but she's really interested. "Will you take me, Ogvar? Will you take me?"
uh,
That's the quest now. She hijacked the quest. But yeah, as you say that, Saar being a bit more cold on your approach to business and stuff, you will not be focused on what Juniper is saying at the moment, but you will notice that some people are conversing in the distance. As you will look left and then to the right, and you will see that there's been the kind of accident for Jason in front of you. You're down to the left with the carts coming down behind you, and you will see a few of commoners that seem to be working on repairing this place. And on the other side, you will see two people that have some clubs on them. Don't The winged serpents are not there actually, and a kind of a noble in front of them that seems to be screaming at them. "What have you done? And why is this not repaired already? And the smaller robots cannot pass, and my merchandise. Oh my god, dude, you understand how many gold pieces I've lost to you?" And he seems to be losing his temper and looking left and right at his two bodyguards, seemingly. We're sorry. We're sorry, Mr. Evianis. We're really sorry, but we can't do much. It seems like there's been a delay to the supplies that we needed to make it, and it will need at least one more day for us to repair this. One more day? What do you mean, one more day? Do you understand how much money I will lose? And if I lose money, the other people will laugh down at me. They will look down on me and will be like, "Oh, Evgenius, what happened to your caravans?" And stuff like that. I'm already annoyed. And then he will look at you, and immediately when they see you, one of the bodyguards will take a step towards you while not doing anything to show that he's in control there.
mm.
"What's the matter, big guy?"
I was just walking.
"Anything we can help you with?"
I don't know. And he looks back towards Shar and says, do we have to cross here to get to the mountain, or can we just keep going?"
Not really. You are going to the right. That crossing leads north of here, north of Iron Heaven, towards Ansire, Ansent, and the other cities of the north. Ghost. I mean, you are with a you are with a cart, and aren't you locals? What I'm saying, and he looks at the orc, and the noble will take a step forward and say, "See, we're in the middle of something. If you don't require anything, I would suggest that you pass forward. It would be better for everyone, right?" And he winks at you.
Sounds good.
Juniper will go at the shoulder of Locke and say, "Locke, Locke, why are they shouting? Why is he shouting at these people?"
I don't know. People who think they're all high and mighty tend to treat people not the same. I don't know.
Did they do anything bad?
Probably not.
Oh, thanks. And that will happen while Ogvar and Saar are having this small conversation in front, as they will go to the side with those commoners looking kind of concerned about their financial state and stuff, as you are able to pass through.
Well, say what you will. It's eventful, but no ogre so far.
As evening approaches, and you will be setting your small camp to be ready for the first night, right at the base of the mountain that hosts the solar peak. Small comfort with your carts, and there is a Thorpe really nearby, in 1 to 2 hours distance from here, with perhaps some stables and some safety places. A Thorpe, a small village. Yeah, a very small village. It has around 20 to 30 residents. It's nothing of importance, but since people go hiking there, there are some stables that they can leave their horses, and some safe place, some safekeeping in general. An inn perhaps, but you won't require it. You're staying here for the night since you began your journey a bit later than expected, since you had to do shopping. But yeah, tomorrow the hiking will begin, and with it, your quest as you are seeking the mages. Juniper, while sitting at the campfire, will ask the rest of you, saying, "Do you believe in the myth of Iliocasti? I mean, if she has indeed time-changing magic, isn't that very interesting and a bit scary as well? I mean, imagine what you could change." Yeah, but then isn't time travel, pointless if you can't change it? Then what does it even mean? And Juniper will look at you and try to understand. She seems confused a little bit.
Oh, I think it's one of those things where you can have all the intent to do something good about it, but you don't know what that could affect. So, guess it's one of those things that's pretty heavy to use. And it does make you think, though, that if someone actually had that ability, that things would be a lot more fucked up, maybe. I don't know. Well, damn near everyone would use it for some sort of greedy need, I'm sure. Well, I guess that's kind of an offshoot from what we're doing anyway. Finding to lay about wizards trying to find the same thing.
Yeah, let's just find the wizards first. Um, Make sure they don't get there. Hopefully.
You will see Juniper's attention is captured by something closer to the woods, as she will take 2 steps, nothing important. And as you start looking towards she's looking, you will see a hawk that has intense red eyes. It's a small one, and as it takes you, Juniper will kind of say hi in her own druidic way towards the hawk. That as it watches you, it will fly further away from you, but it's still staring a little bit at you.
What? What? Oh, I didn't see it.
What matters is what's on the inside. And
It's
that's
extremely big for a hawk. I mean, it's not tiny; it's small. It's yeah, and it has some crimson feathers on it. Juniper will roll a nature check. Let me roll it. She will say, I haven't seen many of these things, but that is it's called a bloodhawk because it's red and blood is red, and you see it's very big, and they're aggressive at times, but it's not for us to be afraid. I mean, it's only one. If it were packs of it, that could be a bit more frightsome.
Uh, a bird in the woods, that is fucking unique.
Well, there are a lot of animals that feel the warmth and tend to come close, and others that are afraid of the fire and go away. It goes really both ways.
Do bloodhawks drink blood?
No, no. Or do they? They seem confused. Uh, Say no. I believe it's just a name because they are reddish. Their feathers and their eyes. I don't believe they do.
Well,
But she
dumb
still looks
name.
at Locke, and she is concerned about the chance that they might do.
Well, anyways, Ogvar, about these ogre things, do you know much about them?
Uh, well, Ogvar worked with giants. Does Ogvar know anything about ogres?
You could roll me perhaps a history check or a nature check. I'm not sure about nature, but
Go for history. Hmm.
okay, you do know that ogres are giantkin, which means that they are not true giants, but they originate from giants, in a sense. They are half giants in a sense. They are large in size, and they are quite simple-minded in their thinking. Brutes, in general. They only value power, and most, if not all of the times, the strongest one is their leader.
Mhm. Ogvar will say, well, like I said earlier, when we were talking about those cool rocks that Shar was talking about, we talked with giants a bit in our tribe and made a few truces, but ogres are a bit different. Where, like typical orcs are kind of stupid. That's more the ogre route. So a bit more intelligent.
Is there a possible language bridge between your little orc grunting and whatever they speak?
Ogvar will give him a narrow eye look for a second and say, yeah, there is, and I don't speak it. But in case you forgot, I have this thing, and he'll show him the cool purple rock that the Gith gave him.
Well, I don't know about you. I'd rather not fight a pack of ogres, but we'll see.
Mm. Worst comes to worst, if they find out that we're a bit stronger, they might run away. I only have to take down one of them. Their survival instincts might kick in. And then Ogvar will show the real purpose he walked over and take out one of the big sacks and one of the pickaxes and drop it in front of Locke. Before this, he was looking very exhausted from carrying it around. You know. Well, when we climb, well, when we climb, we're going high, and if we don't want our carts to fall off, then we might want to carry the stuff that we need to climb. So I'm giving it to him preemptively. He can put a cart in the cart until then. And what he gives Locke is a large sack of 100 pitons and one mining pickaxe, which one sack of 100 pitons is 25 pounds, and the mining pickaxe is 10. Right? Hang on. Let me check so I don't kill you. Yes. That is if Locke decides to even pick it up, so.
How many pitons did you actually get?
Well, I had 10 at the start and I bought 190.
Okay, so that means 200,
Yes.
which means 50 pounds of pitons in total, right?
Yes, sure. So I gave him half. The ogres is what we're worried about. No orcs. Else the language wouldn't be a problem. Yep, he drops all that shit on the ground and then walks back.
Yeah, no problem, big guy.
30 feet of movement, yay. Yes. Well. Never be too safe.
No, there's a fair point there. I don't know how many mountains you all have climbed, but it's a big 0 for me, so that's fine.
Yep. I'm hoping that the rope we have is sufficient to tie up these pitons every so often. So then it'll be a bit like that then. A lot more precarious, but still.
You mean Croc? What? Oh, sorry. I did not understand for a moment. I was actually not sure if you're fine or not. Hey, you, come here. Here. She will attempt an animal handling check, which seems to be quite decent, but let's see. Huh.
Oh,
Charismatic
it's a
hog.
shimmy thing.
It will go further away while still observing you a little bit, but it will get lost eventually into the distance as it flies. And Juniper will be a bit sad about it. And she will lift her shoulders a little bit and say, well, I guess it did not want us to. But perhaps we'll see it in the next days.
It might have eaten Croak anyway. Best it didn't.
Croc is a fraud. Okay, so yeah, Croc is of course with you. He always is with you. But it's late evening, as I said earlier. And Juniper will say that she'll go take a nap to be ready because tomorrow you will be having a very early wake up. So she will go. I believe Juniper prefers sleeping outside in the woods rather than the tent. So you have 3 tents and Juniper outside, as she does like that as a druid that has lived in a swamp for most of her life. So yeah, she will say, Ogvar, wake me up when your watch is ended.
Yeah. Okay.
And she will start napping a little bit till your watch begins. So I would like from each one of you a perception check. It's not for right now, it's actually for each of your watches.
Perfect. Well, Juniper,
Alright,
it was fun while it lasted.
so both Locke and Saar, let's say that you had the third was Saar and the fourth one was Locke. So the moment you go to wake up Locke, you will notice in the distance a kind of large creature that is probably sleeping. So you will see a hippogriff in the distance. He's asleep. And as you say, Locke, Locke, you will notice it and you will go silent a little bit. It seems that it has been enjoying the warmth of the fire, and that's why it was close by, and it fell asleep while you did not notice it. Yep, you did not, because you are a human with no dark vision, and further ahead from the fire, it was not easy to notice it, unless you went a lot closer. Yeah, you will notice a hippogriff close to you.
All right, and who is this telling me? All right. Hmm. Well, after seeing that, I'm going to slowly make my way over to Juniper, circumnavigating the campfire away from it.
Okay. Juniper has fallen asleep. Suppose you want to wake her up, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like lightly poke her shoulder.
Juniper will probably be like, Locke,
Shh, 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 shh.
what is it?
Hey, you being living in swamp and stuff, and you got your little fucking frog. You talk to animals.
Well, talk is an exaggeration, but I do understand them, yes. What is it?
If you move down a little bit, look past the tent. There's I don't know, some horse thing with wings.
Like the ones at the city?
If you saw some there, sure.
I did, I told you about it, but you did not believe me.
No, it's not. No, that's not that. Not the point. No.
Yeah, there were some mounted cavalry in the city in general. Flying ones.
And we gotta like, fucking scale a mountain. Having something that flies would be good. I don't know, make friends with it like Croak or some bullshit.
Is it?
What was that?
Where is it?
Oh yeah, just come over here a little bit. You got the tent between you. Come down a little and look over there.
Hey, that's amazing. It's so close to us. But what if it doesn't want to be disturbed?
Then it pisses off. I don't know.
Okay, I'll go.
Well, no, that's is it something you can do?
And she will start thinking as she will yawn for a moment, since she was actually sleeping. But she has prepared to speak with animals. Let me check though if a hippogriff counts as an animal. I believe it is a monstrosity. Yeah, it's a monstrosity, so it would not work. Let me check if Juniper would know if it works or not. So I'll roll a nature check. Allow DC one. Yeah, it's fine. She made above 10. So it's not saying, I don't know about this creature in particular, but it doesn't seem like a common animal. It's more like a cross in between, and usually my communication with animals doesn't work on such creatures. So I don't know. Perhaps I could scare it off if I did it.
Well, no, if it's nothing you can do, that's fine. Just thinking outside the box. There's no literal box, to be clear. That's an expression.
Oh, you had me for a moment.
Yeah, figured. No, all right. Best not risk getting feisty or whatever. Okay. That was all. That's all. Just yeah.
Perhaps we could offer it some food, though. I mean, that's a universal language, isn't it?
Well, you got a point there, I suppose. I'll just kind of dig around for Yeah, all I got's a dry ration right now, so yeah.
Better than nothing, suppose.
Well, just in case it I don't know, attacks with that beak, I'll you just kind of stay behind, and if it gets all rowdy, try talking to it. I don't fucking know.
Okay, I'll be taking you.
All right, I'm going to crouch down low, lower my profile, one arm outstretched with food, and I'm just going to very slowly move toward it.
That would, in general, be an animal handling check. Okay, you will not wake it up for the moment. It will, and as you come closer, you will see it opening his eye, and it will not assume any combat stance or something, as it sees you approaching something close to a friend, but it will turn its neck towards your position.
Very slowly, I be inching. Just kind of, if it starts looking like it's gonna retreat, I'm gonna stop.
It will take one small step back as it tries to understand what you're doing exactly, and then it will notice, being very perceiveful, it will notice the food that you have in your hand and then take one step forward. It would like a second animal handling check.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Go for it. I thought so.
Fantastic.
It's happened like every time.
It is literally every fucking time I try to use inspiration for something.
Every inspiration, man. That sucks.
I know that Locke is amazing. You don't have to point it out.
Never tell me the chances.
I did already know that.
The odds with her.
But yeah, the Locke, you will for one moment stumble in a small branch in front of you, and that will kind of scare the hippogriff as he will flap his wings. He will come to you and he will bite off your hand the rations that you have and will attempt to fly away.
Opportunity attack.
No, I'm not fucking doing that.
You can, but yeah, I suppose you wouldn't. No, Juniper will say, damn it. And the hippogriff will fly further away until you lose him into the night.
Ah, fuck. You just kind of shake my hand. Ah, well. Well, that. Yeah. I don't know, first time I fucking saw one of them.
I mean, wouldn't it be weird if one of them attacked our horses? Aren't they have horses?
That, good. Decent reasoning there. Oh, fuck, I hope Ogvar's seen one before, because he's still asleep. Yeah. Sorry, go back to sleep, June.
All right, Locke. Have a good watch. And the rest of the night will go like that. Nothing of an occurrence going on anymore. As at the next morning, you will start your journey upwards once more. Before that, you will visit a small village, which because it has only 20 to 30 residents, I've decided not to give it a name or something. It's literally a very small village, just a small inn with 3 beds and a stable, and some people that make bread for life. And you will be able to make a deal with the locals so that you can stable the animals there. Are actually very friendly. The costs will be at the minimum. You will pay after you come back at the price of some copper pieces per day, which is extremely low. 5 copper per day, but after your turn, so that you know how many days it will be. And you will start climbing up, hiking up further high. As you will notice going forward, that there are actually several bloodhawks in these mountains. And now that it is day, you can clearly see them, and they are actually going on in flocks of them. As you try to reach further in the uppermost heights, you will at one moment see another hippogriff. But the hippogriff won't be the strangest part that you see, even though it's the first one you see that close during daytime. And now you can really understand how they look, as you do notice the back part of them has hooves like that of a horse, and the front part looks like that of a griffin. It's really a spectacular species, but the one thing that is getting your attention right now is not that exactly. But to your right, as you are right here, to the right of the road, in between some more, it gets a bit more tense in there. It's dark. The shade is fading down, or something that looks like a figurine, small altar. You cannot understand from the distance. Can you write me down the passive perceptions of yours?
Absolutely.
Right. And I have Juniper's ones, so I'm completely covered. She has a 15. Right, for sure. So as you proceed a bit forward and check on such stuff, let me roll a dexterity check first. So Saar, you will not notice it, but Jules will say, "Look out!" And at that moment, you will see a snake very close to you that seems to actually be afraid of you all, but it's hiding right here at the branch of the tree. And even though that's gonna be very quick, I would like some initiatives. It's not gonna take more than a turn. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't. Oh my gosh, I'm a fool.
It's okay. I added your turn on a 13, which is actually more than the snake. As Sar not being one to perceive the snake, you will step really close to it, and that will make it a bit scared on an aggressive slash defensive mode. But thankfully, Juniper has uh, informed all of you about its presence there, so you are not surprised. Ogvar, it's your turn to act first as you see it crawling towards Sar's location.
Uh,
All right.
yeah. Og- well, Ogvar is going to saunter up and instinctively golf swing a maul into it. Um, uh,
And you will miss it by
yep.
a thin amount as you will slap right to the ground next to it, and the snake will quickly make a dodge to the right.
Yep.
Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm good.
Okay, so since you came that close to it and attempt to strike it, the snake will find that chance to attempt to bite you in an opening on your legs. So have a bite. Ha!
Yeah, that
I
seems
got
appropriate.
you.
It hits.
Roll me a con save.
Saves. Huh. Man, I'm really sucking it right now.
Which means you will take one piercing point of damage and 4 points of poison as it will take its fang outside of your body. And immediately, as it understands that this was not enough to make you fall down, the snake will start running in an attempt to flee. You can have an opportunity attack if you wish.
Oh yeah, I have those. You know what? It was attacking out of necessity, so I'm not gonna do that.
Hmm. Okay, I'll give one turn to everyone if they want to react as it is running away. Yeah, it's possible that a commoner dies from a poisonous bite, so it's very possible if they fail the con save. Locke, anything you'd like to do?
I'm going to walk up next to Ogvar. Was that really necessary?
I mean, it was gonna. You saw it. It was gonna bite Char.
Yeah, you pull her back. You whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the snake would have pulled back after I pulled her back in. Um,
That's my turn.
Mm-hmm. Saar? And I'll assume initiatives are off as it will go back to hiding deeper into the woods, further away. And Juniper will say, Ogvar, you did not have to strike it. We did go inside its habitat. That's why it was scared. Just scared.
Well, I didn't want it biting Shar. It could have done 5 damage to her.
Fair enough. Yeah. Oh,
There's an
indeed.
altar? Where?
What is it? And Juniper will start going a bit closer to it.
Hold on. June, stop. Fuck. Alright, how about we don't stick to the sides of shit and we keep an eye out for things like that, huh? I mean, I doubt ogres have the stealth skill of a snake, but let's be fucking careful, huh?
Yeah, we have been attacked by about 5 different things after going out on our own. Maybe we should stick together a bit.
And Juniper will respond saying, Look, I was the one that noticed the snake. You don't have to worry about me. I'm at home here. Well, it's not like my swamp, but it's actually a bit close to it. Compared to the city?
No, that's fair. It's just things other than common animals I'm looking out for around these parts.
The hippogriff seems to be watching you, not with the look that a predator has while looking at prey. You can understand that since you are 4, he would not attack you.
Um, Question: is this place like significantly darker? Or is that just the plants being darker?
It's yeah, it's the shadow.
Yeah. Okay. Um,
Like here, if you see, this is the shadow of the tree up here. It's not like the
Alright.
plants are getting darker or something.
Alright, well, Ogvar will take out his little crystal and lighten the place up a bit so you can see a bit better.
Of course, that will emit some light. Um, how much intelligence do you
Yeah.
have?
I have 15. I'm checking right now. It says it on my thingy. 10-foot radius of uh, bright and dim.
I mean, for a small crystal, that's kind of an intense light coming out of it.
Yeah.
A purplish inner light, as it says, that glows with it, will get your interest a lot because, as you did see it from the Gith earlier, it did not emit that much light.
Hmm, interesting.
But yeah, as you proceed, Juniper will be a bit more careful, even though she feels alright here. She will get what Locke was meaning to tell her, so she will look left and right before proceeding. And as you go closer and look at it, you will see it looks like a square altar at its base. A small figurine, though, pops out while bigger. It seems like it's something that is curved like an ogre-like being, giant-like thingy, but it seems a lot ominous, dark, and it's a female figure actually. It's a female ogre.
Um, I would like to actively perceive to see if there's any ogres hiding.
Don't even roll me. You will use your action to do that, but to no avail, you will not find anything.
Hmm.
There's
Doesn't look
no
like
one
there's any ogres
hiding.
over here, guys. Uh,
Roll me. I cannot guarantee you will be able to find. I can guarantee you will not find now.
All right. Well, this was cool. Um. Yep. Sorry. Okay. I mean, you're the boss, dude. If you say it, I'm gonna do it, man. Oh, Ogvar will. Wait next to the road.
Okay, I did fix something. I can show you actually how does the figurine look. It looks like this.
Hmm. Pustules. Mm. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to decipher anything from that. Yep. Yep. He's just standing there now. That's it.
Juniper will say, "Do you think that's their leader?"
Uh, why not? Is there a way I could check to see if it was like less like deific, like deity like, and more like respected figure? Like I don't know.
Perhaps you could roll me a religion check
All right.
to see
Um,
if you can make a connection to a deity. Right, so you will not be able to remember about their pantheon, though you do seem pretty sure that there are not several female deities in Orchis and Giant pantheons. They are existent, but they are one of the fewer ones.
uh, I don't know, Juniper. I mean, that seems like a good assumption.
But it is a very nice statuette. I mean, are these giant people good carvers?
Yeah. Last time I left the group was to come with you guys, so I don't really know much about ogres.
Are your people, Ogvar, good crafters?
Uh, we're good enough to get by. I mean, I don't really, I never really spent time to look at the craft around. It's
I
mostly.
Locke, roll me a history check. Okay, so you will, luckily for you, you will not know something on that part, but it would not be happy for you to know about it. But yeah, so you will begin venturing a little bit forward, but then you will notice a lot of hawks to the left of you, and they are not actually looking at you four, but they're looking on the opposite side towards the hippogriff. Seems like they are, some of them are flying around, like they're taking some positions to surround it. The hippogriff seems like he hasn't got any his attention yet to that. Feel free to not notice if you wish, Ogvar, and Juniper will walk
You would.
past with you as well. And yeah, yet as you're passing through, you will hear the hawks. One of them starts flapping their wings, and then their second, the third, the fourth one, all of them at once, rushing towards the hippogriff. The hippogriff will just at that
Shit,
moment
they're birds.
will just understand at that moment what is going on, as he will start getting on his feet from the prone position and do an attempt to fly away. But that will be on initiative checks. Quick question, because I won't roll initiatives if that's the case. Do you wish to intervene in some way or the other?
We're good here. Either
You
way.
know what?
All right.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. If at least
Ogvar
one
sees
would.
other people trying, then he will.
Okay. I will roll only for one Bloodhawk initiative because I don't want to play them all at several turns. Or you know what? Let's play them all at several. It will be fine.
Nice initiative, Locke.
Broken clock's right sometimes.
Locke, Juniper, Ogvar, and Saar, you're the only one I can see the initiative.
Yeah, man.
Alright. So it will be this Bloodhawk first. Has 60 feet of flying speed, which will be the first one to go right next to the Griffon and attempt to beat him. And that will be a successful strike for 6 points of piercing. That's a high roll. Being the first one to slam itself deep into the hippogriff's lower body, and she will make a scream in pain as he will attempt to retaliate at the Bloodhawk in front of him by making 2 attacks. First, he will try to claw it. I think that's a success. And this Bloodhawk will fall down. And as the others come closer to it, it will go that way as well and attempt to beak the other one, but to no avail as the Bloodhawk will immediately dodge it. And Saar, it's your turn to act if you wish. Mhm. Okay. So this Bloodhawk will also try to swarm the Hippogriff. Feel free to interrupt me if you wish to take your held action, and will attempt to attack at the Hippogriff, as it seems like these small birds hunt in flocks and are attempting to swarm this majestic creature. We'll go with a big attack once more. Another success for another 4 points of damage. Hmm? Sorry. How far up high? I mean, it's about 25 to 30 feet.
Oh, it's dying. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it just allowed you to see its HP. It's exactly at half HP right now. And Locke, your turn to act.
All right. Well, picking up a stone from the ground, I'm going to account for Pythagorean theorem and move here. Try to chuck a rock at one of them.
What do you want to do from there?
I'm gonna try to throw a stone that I picked up off the ground at one of the birds.
Okay, okay. Go for it. Roll me a strength saving throw. It's a strength with proficiency, that's why I'm asking that. Alright, that hits, which means you have +2. Which one are you aiming at?
Oh, we will do this one.
That was the correct answer. Because it will fall down, the other one would live. But yeah, so Locke will immediately, without thinking much, he will look at one big rock at the ground and will aim at the Bloodhawk that swarmed first. And you will see it flapping its wings and falling down into the ground with a fall, making it go unconscious. And okay, do that. 13 hits, and this creature will also be. I mean, it did overkill anyways. So yeah, you will see it, and it will be then just hanging from the tree, stabbed right there. And Jones will take a small step, and remembering Locke's words from yesterday about the hippogriffs, he will attempt to heal him. He will use healing word once on him. And not the second level one, no the Hall of Spores, it's just 4 points of healing. And though the hippogriff doesn't understand exactly what happened, it understands the source that this is coming. It will seem like he's checking Juniper for a moment. And Juniper, as an action, will attempt to make the hawks go away as she will try to sue at them with an animal handling check. Right? That could perhaps affect one of them. This one is dead. Which one is next? All right, this one is coming, and as it is coming, it will notice Juniper scalp down there that it is with the hippogriff, and it will turn backwards as it will make a dash action and walk in kind of a spherical motion, and it will sit further away. This one is dead, and Ogvar, it's your turn.
Hey, here, guys. Ogvar will walk up next to Locke. Doop doop doop. And he'll take out one of his light hammers. Because apparently we're beating the shit out of these birds. And throw it at this one. Yep.
Yep,
And
that's
it
it.
does damage. Max
Ooh.
damage.
Yeah, that is max damage
Break
indeed.
with a light hammer.
I always forget that light hammer is a thrown weapon. It's a very funny thrown weapon. You can become Thor, literally. So yeah, that's another Bloodhawk going down in front of the Hippogriff. Will now doesn't seem that much defenseless with all your assistance.
Okay, and before I decide to use my action surge, does this Bloodhawk look perilous at all? Like, does he look like he's thinking about his life choices a bit more?
Because it's on the same initiative, it seems like it's attacking. These all are happening quite at the same time. But perhaps after count 20 next initiative, they might be a lot more demoralized.
I'm gonna smack it in the head, action surge. I don't want it attacking at all.
Okay. 12 hits.
Oh, 12 hits? Oh, okay.
Yep.
Let's see about damage.
7 is enough to
Ignore
knock
the
it
crit.
down once more, and it will fall down. Which means it will not be playing, and only one hawk would be remaining. But that one, demoralized one by one part from your attempts, and also by Juniper's animal handling, it will swing around and fly with the other one further away as they will leave this place. And initiatives are going to be off. As the hippogriff will go towards your location, and he will go next to Juniper, going down. So he will step a bit back, and the hippogriff will present his beak to her, and will perhaps go and attempt to caress her for a moment. but that will last only for a moment, as it will immediately turn to the other side and will start eating one of the deceased black hawks.
Yeah. First, Ogvar will walk over and pull his hammer out of the first hawk's skull
Mm-hmm.
and walk over and pull the second one out of the other hawk's.
Of course,
Or
feel
is this
free
one
to
in the
do
tree?
that. Perhaps you could try the climber's cheat right here to climb up and find the hammers to see if it works.
Just a test drive, you know.
Mm.
Yeah. Big
But
goes
yeah,
up.
all right.
Bird killed.
And of course, Juniper will be kind of happy and appreciative about the hippogriff's gentle nod of its own appreciation. As you can see, your friend here being seemingly a lot happier than before because yesterday she did scare it off a little, even though she did not want to. Locke actually did, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Alright, animals don't like to be looked at while eating, so I believe it's a good idea to proceed forward.
No, we did what we needed to do.
Ogvar stops staring at the hippogriff and walks away.
Right.
Well,
And as you start traveling further uphill towards the solar peak, this moment we are going to take our little break since we're close to our halftime, and afterwards we will continue with a few more interesting stuff going on. All right.
wait.
All right.
All right. So I will be right back.
Nice kills, guys. We got those birds.
Well,
Really showed them a lesson they won't forget. Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking from experience with my turtle warlock, swarms suck. So can't imagine being swarmed would be any better. It's the culprit mindset.
well, I tells you, it's a working theory, but we were told we can't do stuff if we're all humanoid, so hoping this thing helped us out.
That makes sense. I didn't even think about that.
So one of the things that we learned at the library when Ogvar was researching is that pull my notes again. It was
Ogvar totally remembered.
it was put the trials through, but humanoids alone have not seemed to be able to find the Sphinx. So this being a fucking bird thing, I don't know. work in theory. Hopefully, it pays off somehow.
I'm wondering if that's like an actual, just like a rule that's like, no humanoids, or maybe it's just like a difficulty thing where like it's like hard to get to via climbing.
Well, it's kind of half and half, honestly.
No, it said humanoid specifically.
That's a win-win.
Void's the
Either
important part.
either it can fly us up there if that's the case, or if it just wants other animal things to quote unquote vouch for us. I don't know. Figured we'd help it just to see.
Yeah, if it was just humans, we would just throw you off the cliff. It's fine. But the humanoid part. I mean, you're looking for rocks up in this mountain, man. What do you want me?
At the top of a mountain, you come across a humanoid-looking figure with a red face.
Come across a diamond peak next. Nice. I'm here to give you exposition. Welcome.
None of you are related. This won't work.
None of you care about each other. Yeah. Sure. Sure. I dropped. Listen here, I dropped at least 10 gold on pitons, man.
Oh, shit.
Don't tell me about sacrifice.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Speaking of something I didn't recap was I spent a whole 5 gold for a vial of perfume last session. So some of us are making out like bandits over here.
Money, dude. Ogvar's also saving up for a certain potion.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The filter, yes. It's useful. Hey man, Locke's getting drugs. Ogvar's gonna get something. Okay, wait, that's not it. Okay. No, forget it. Yeah. That's not what I meant. I think that was the point.
Yeah. No. The point was I dropped 5 gold to get it because of because of Shar.
I think all my good initiative rolls are finally biting me in the ass.
Yeah, basically. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's not my money, so it's Juniper's money.
So you.
Yeah, she's a pure soul like that. I tried giving her mine because whatever, and she just gave me all of hers. So I'm like, eh. But I bought her climbing gear with hers. No worries.
Yeah, imagine not buying climbing gear. Looks in Char's direction.
Yeah, we get into the base. We'll have like a flock of hippogriffs come down because we helped this one, and you'll just be muttering the whole time about fucking 200 pounds worth of pitons.
Counting his pitons. Just starting a collection, you know. I think, yeah, so it's 25 pounds. Well, I gave him 25 pounds of them. Locke's just got a sack of 100 pitons hanging off his belt while he's punching shit.
I'll use a sack of pointy pitons as like a homemade maul.
Yeah.
No,
I could just be
definitely.
a normal person and like not do that.
I was gonna say I saw one of those in Thailand, and they're like, "You want to try it?" I'm like, "Absolutely not."
You could just be a person that lives to tell. Um,
Well, just saying, we all saw that scene in The Witcher.
yeah, all of
That was basically the same thing. They're trying to. It's the tropey like first team to do something fucking wins or what the fuck ever. Um, for lack of more explanatory words, but they just took like the shortcut along a sheer cliff face. Guy falls. Luckily, he's a dragon. It's a whole thing, but yeah, that's what I think of.
all of though. I just all I find is Minecraft tutorials.
You know, it's a good thing Juniper wasn't on tonight because you making a Minecraft reference for something.
And we're like, what? What's that?
What's a Minecraft, fucking kids?
Kids are there mining and crafting. Uh, off topic. Yeah, I commissioned yet another art piece. I'll
Yeah,
never get to play them.
I'm a do one at a time. I got Locke in the works. We'll see until after that.
Just add. Oh, it's a save draft. Oh, there's an update for Discord.
Ooh.
Oh, so new and improved.
Man, you sound deeper, more refined almost.
As you can see, Yeah, but like that's like 3 years from now. I mean,
Hey,
Not only that, I didn't really see it as sixth edition. It was just kind of like updating some rules and bringing some past edition stuff into current.
DLC.
yeah, that's the most possible outcome, I believe. I mean, they said that Mordekainen's Monsters of the Multiverse is coming 22 January, which has over 30 races updated and
That's pretty fucking cool.
250 monsters restarted from the from the monster manual, the first one and stuff, so that they are more interesting and have some more flashy actions. Because I don't know if you guys have been DMing in your past, but if you did, you can clearly see a lot of difference between Monster Manual, Mordekainen's Tome of Foes, and the newer books that have a lot more interesting creatures. The first ones are just like some hit points and some attacks. Some have spells, and that's it. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, they are against Saar, for example, that has no strength. They're really deadly. Yeah, but I don't think it's mostly about balance reasons. It's mostly about flavor reasons. They have been missing a lot of stuff in a lot of creatures. And that's also nice about the new book about dragons that it's coming actually really soon, in 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
I'm excited for that.
yeah, because dragons are amazing in lore. They have a lot of interesting lore, things, habits, layers, and stuff. But if you have ever played a dragon battle, they are really lackluster compared to what you would expect.
Never.
But anyway, yeah, we'll
I've
hopefully
seen a
see.
dragon.
And then I will DM you a dragon. What could possibly go wrong with that?
I've had a DM throw an ancient black dragon at me when we were at like level 3, I think. Yeah, I think he thought it was cool, but it was just weird. I don't know.
Oh my god. The blue is the worst one. I hate him. I mean, the blue dragon is a meta gamer. He tries to kill you from far away and to not get a single point of damage himself. And also, he is really annoying in the part that if he is close to losing a fight, he destroys his lair so that you don't get any loot. That's the blue dragon's plan,
Loser.
usually. Yeah, surely. It's a canon from a blue dragon lore. It's not for all dragons, but blue dragons collect their treasures in the sand castles and deserts and stuff, where it's really easy to destroy your lair, and the treasure will be borrowed in the sand for a lot of time.
But how our encounter worked is like we just came across or rather the ancient black dragon just came across us in a forest and was like, "Hey, I could kill you." And then we were like, "All right," and then we left. And that was it.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
I
works.
it, I wasn't. Yeah, that campaign wasn't very much.
Anyway, Yeah.
Yeah, again, I think he just threw it in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the only real like kind of bad experience, like bad campaign I've had like on Roll20, really. But ever since then, it's been really fun. I like it.
I mean, a bad campaign is a good idea if you want to fight the good dragons, because most of the time you have trouble fighting reasons to do so and have interesting stat blocks as well. But in any case, let's go to our, I would say, good campaign, but I'm not sure if we're all good aligned, but we are closer to good than evil, I'll say that much. Our neutral themed party, our merchant themed party. And let's
Yeah,
go a bit
merchants.
upper into a bit closer to the solar peak, step by step, closer to climbing and making use of these climber tools. For as you are going a bit higher, you will see a few hawks, of course, here and there, perhaps a couple of snakes in the distance, but Juniper will this time prepare you in time so that you don't scare any of them. We're obviously not looking to fight, they are not complete idiots in that regard. They're just scared about other people in their natural habitat. But as you're climbing higher and higher, it starts to be a lot less green, and it becomes more rocky. The flora starts to be a lot fewer, close to non-existent. And as you proceed a bit closer, in the distance you will see some pale white big rocks descending further in an area that is widely open in the mountain. You can see everything there from around. It has a glorious view. As you go a little closer to there, you will hear some heavy footsteps, and two giantine kind monsters will appear. Though they have not noticed you yet, they seem to be conversing with one another in a tongue that you do not understand. But it's clear, because you did have a conversation about it earlier, that it is the giant tongue. But you are up here on the top right, and in the center you can see the two ogres that are wielding two massive great clubs with some spikes on them, and it seems like they're talking to each other in front of a cave entrance. Though, as Juniper would notice with her passive perception, clearly the ogres did not come from this entrance. They came from the toppermost way. That's the way you want to go as well. Or, of course, since you are adventurers, you might, in regards to searching the scholars, you want to go further up high. In regards to the searching of ores, you want to go inside the cave to check it out. So, immediately after you spot the ogres, Juniper will fall prone and go right next to the rocks so that they will not be able to see her. And she will suggest, quick, fall down, so that you have some time to think of a plan, a course of action before being seen. Right? Right. That far away, I would grant you all an advantage in your stealth checks, but still, I would like a stealth check. Since you're prone in there,
Then mine would be just plain because I already had
Mhm.
disadvantage. Yep.
Yes.
Alright. I assume Juniper would give you her inspiration, but you know what? I don't want to take it from her. I will
Yeah,
just
I
give
don't.
you one inspiration for that.
Okay. Doesn't matter.
Even weird. So as they start conversing and each one of you hides really well, it seems like there's not a lot of space for Ogvar and his heavy armor to go closer. And the one of the two ogres will go like, wow, Mogwar. And he will go on the loose end. And well, he will not notice the rest of you as you are uh, a bit sinking down below and prone. Well, we'll see Ogvar. They will not go immediately into an aggressive mode, though this one will pick his great club, but will mostly be checking him out. Rock gun?
Since Ogvar is within 60 feet, oh, let me, so I no prove I'm not cheating. He will telepathically speak to the ogre, and he will say, hello, how's it going?
As you do that, immediately he will take his left hand, the one not having the great club, and it will slam its head. And then it will understand that this voice is coming from you. And inside your head, you will hear an answer. Oh, you speak into my head.
Yeah,
Wow.
I've got a lot
Okay.
of tricks.
Lots of tricks. Who are you? You're not from here. I would have seen you.
The name's, Ogvar.
Ogvar, you are a big guy for a small guy.
This is true.
And the other ogre will come next to him and will smack him in the back a little bit as he will turn and growl into it. And they will talk in giant for a moment as he clearly seems that he doesn't understand what's going on because of the telepathy.
Ogvar's just scratching the back of his neck, looking around, and then shrugs to the rest of the party.
Then the ogre will return looking at Ogvar and will say out loud this time in common, but he clearly doesn't understand a lot of common, but he does know some stuff. Both of the ogres seem to do. Say, this guy, pointing at you, talks in the head of me. Don't know how, but does he? And the other the other ogre will come next to you and will say, talk my head.
Right. Our Ogvar will talk his head and say, hello, nice to meet you. What's your name?
And clearly he will be surprised by that and he will turn to the other, Ogvar! And he will turn to you, Ogvar, and he will respond in your mind, my name is Karmfon. Who you?
Oh, what have I done? Hang on, sorry.
What you want here? This is her territory.
Oh, I was just walking by. We were gonna go to the mountain, just hang out. I'm saying this telepathically still, you know.
So you're
Just,
talking to one of the two? Because that's how telepathy works.
that's so true. Well, they have broken common, right?
Hmm?
They speak in broken common, like they don't like fully
Yes,
understand.
they understand the more plain words and
Alright.
some grammatical structures.
So Ogvar will speak very slowly for them. Let's say, was walking by, wanted to see mountain. Who is her?
Here is Ola. Ola the Vicious.
So,
Need to care with her. She very strong.
Ogvar will point to himself and say, very strong too.
She is stronger than us. And she powerful. All respect her. Fear her. She's strong. And she will make a fist like she really likes that she's strong.
Hmm. Fears.
We can let you go a bit high, but if you more high, you'll have to pay.
I'm a little strapped on coin right now. How much?
They will immediately both answer and they will say two different prices. Like they're not sure about which one is the true one, but one will say 10 gold pieces and the other will say 5. And she won't say gold pieces or silver, just 5.
Ogvar will clear his throat. He'll be like, well, I'll tell you what, friends. Clearly you don't understand what you're messing with. You can step out of the way now, and it'll save you a lot of headaches.
Your voice in headache?
Yes, I can easily amplify it.
Alright, roll me either a performance or an intimidation check.
I'm really good at those, guys.
Ah! Right, you know what? I don't have a good insight. Let me roll an insight check. Or two, actually.
Yep.
Same rolls. What's going on with that? Okay, so they will be a bit suspicious about you. They'll say, you don't have pay to us, but patrol higher. They will ask. Headache them. We don't care. And they will return. Well, they're still looking at you and checking you out. If you want to say anything to them, you have a lot of time. But they will go right at the cave entrance as they are covering it, and like they are waiting for something.
Alright, I'm just gonna grab a few of my lackeys and walk through. We might have to talk to Zolo about this. You should really be more respectful towards us. And Ogvar will walk over to the rest of the group and say,
And
I
the
think they're
ogres, to you saying that, will respond 5. As they clearly did not understand what exactly you did say, but they don't care really much.
Alright, it seems like they're gonna let us pass, guys. Just don't try and, kill them. He'll say that under his breath. They're wanting it.
Mm-hmm.
They're
That sounds
wanting us
good
to
to me.
pay a toll up ahead. Just we'll figure it out when we get up there. So yep. Doo. Nothing's wrong here.
Juniper will also follow, of course, being a bit anxious about these creatures who she has never seen before.
Choo.
And yep, you can feel free to pass forward and go to the upper heights, of course.
Say, pardon me. Excuse me.
And the ogre, oh no, he will get in front of you there. No,
Mhm.
you can go higher. This cave property us.
Oh. I
It's
thought those were
well,
trees. It's my bad.
To be fair, I kind of guided the conversation to a miscommunication because they did not understand a lot of Ogvar. So yeah, that's why you did not understand exactly what they said.
Yeah,
But
Ogvar
yeah,
will say, misunderstanding, stupid, and point to himself. Walk this way.
he will turn to the other ogre and he will say, "Little guy's little brain." And that way you can be headed up there. You, as you are passing, feel free to roll me a perception check if you wish. That goes for everyone.
See everything.
Okay, that's clearly a yes for Ogvar.
No, I mean, you got to stay on brand.
What is going on?
Awesome.
It's only 1 in 20s. So, Ogvar, as you are going really close to the entrance before the ogre stopping you, you will notice that inside the cave is dark. There nothing you can hear of in there. You can clearly understand that this is not a place that ogres stay. It's clearly something that they've found, and that's why they are guarding it right now.
Alrighty.
Yeah, as you go a bit further uphills, you can actually say that to the others, and Juniper will confirm because she has high passive perception as well. She will say, "I did not hear anyone inside the cave."
Well, did you guys want to check it out? I mean, they're being pretty nice, for an ogre. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're not fighting. That's what I count on right now.
Thank you for the heads up, Juniper.
It's all right. I just thought we wanted to search these for the ores, but I'm glad we did not. I mean, they seemed a bit scary.
Goody.
And that means you will proceed on your journey upwards, as it seems to be quite a hard hike, especially at the two first hours that you started going uphill. It was unreasonably tiresome because it had a lot of elevation change, and quickly enough you ran a bit out of breath, but then of course you stopped for a little bit, started up once more. You are used to such troubles, and all of you have a nice constitution score, so you do not have any issues with that stops. But right now, the pace starts to be getting a little bit softer, which means you are going more slow, but it's a lot more easy to catch up your breath. Traveling several miles around the mountain, you will at one moment see in the distance a ravine where a small wooden bridge is there, and on the other side of the bridge, you can see a kind of a crowd. So I'm gonna put you on the map, but consider yourselves that you are further away from that, so that you can think about what you want to do without them seeing you. So on the other side, you can see
Oh my god.
some goblins that seem like they have set up a barricade right there, and some pouches of money you can see on the left and right, like they are the ones that are gathering a fee to anyone who bothers them by passing there. And
Yeah.
of course, there is also a very interesting ogre right there
Yeah. How
that
very
has
interesting.
something like a catapult on top of it, something like that.
You guys want me to talk again, or you want to walk out?
Yeah, there actually are probably several gold pieces with them, a lot of them. You can see 4 pouches.
Oh, kind of looking down this crevasse a bit down further, just because the map cuts off. It looks like it just comes to a point, and we can't like go down any further to see if there's another way across, right?
You would perhaps lose a lot of time, but yeah, it's possible that you could do it with climbing. Since you have the climbing tools, you could find another way, but it would take at around 3 times the normal time that it would. I mean, how much does it extend? Another place or like that? Because you can count it here. It's not that. It's at certain places it's 20, 25 feet. At others it's more than 30.
It's a bridge, though. You just walk across. Well, the other trolls are nice, or ogres, whatever. So we can try and talk to these.
Yeah, if we happen to chance another way across, that might just piss them off because we're not that far away.
So is that the game plan? You guys want me to walk up and wave? All right. Doo 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 doo. Ogvar will wave across to this guy, this little goblin here.
Greetings, traveler.
Oh, can speak. All right, sweet. Ogvar will walk and say, "Oh, hello. How's it going?"
Greetings. It's going well, and now that I see many of you, it's going even weller. So, if you want to pass from the ravine, you know that you pay Ola's fee, or Ola the Vicious is gonna hurt you, and you don't want that. So please pay the fee.
Hmm. How much is the fee? Excuse me.
The fee is. And he's checking you like he wants to make a price up depending on how wealthy you are. So he will be taking one moment to check you out. You can feel free to roll me a deception check if you wish. To
Yeah,
play a cold face or something.
yeah, sure. I guess.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So he will say, I'd like. I mean, the fee is it's totally 10 gold pieces per person.
All right, listen, man. We've come to talk to Zolo, and we can pay this fee, but like, man, I don't know how
If,
Zolo will feel if we get up there.
if you can't pay, then you should pay. Because Ola rules the mountains and you're entering the places she rules. Sorry, Saar, what did you say? What do you mean you paid? But we are the ones gathering the fee. But they don't have to do anything with that, and the goblin seems confused. Roll me a deception check if you wish, Saar. The goblin boss will
Whoa!
come a bit closer being seeing that there is a kind of a special occasion here, and he will inside you, though to the best of his ability.
Whoa.
It's the best of his ability, but though it clearly that's not a possibility to happen normally. You say it with such charisma and utter belief in yourself, but they seem to be confused and looking on one another. Why would the idiots do that? They know that it's our job. Did we meddle with their job? Damn it! And they will tell them, yeah, but what if they're lying? No, I mean, I did expect these idiots to do something like that. Why would they go down below? They wanted to steal our money. Ah, that's probably it. And they're looking at the ogre there. Hey, you, big head. Ugh. It was all your plan, right? You did send your friends down below so that they get our money and you get a fair share of the deal. Big head, why do that? Because you wanted to get money, didn't you? And the goblin boss will take a small whip that he has and will strike at the ogre. And the ogre will go 5 feet behind, as it seems like even though it's the big guy there, the goblins are the ones in control due to their numbers, obviously. He will say, the goblin boss will turn to you. You wait a moment till we'll resolve this. And he will immediately go once more into the ogre and he will scream at him. So, how much is your share of money? Do you believe you're gonna get out of this? Huh?
Ogvar will raise his voice and say, "Hey, man, you don't need to do that. I don't think he knew about any of this."
And
Ogvar's very pissed, but he doesn't say.
as you stop saying this, they will turn to you and say, he clearly is the culprit. You see how big he is? Yeah. People think he's just a brute, but he's here for the cunning. He cooperated with the other ogres to get our fair share of money that we so honestly get from Ola and your fees. That's what happened, clearly, and you will strike him once more. And the ogre will get mad at that, and it will catch the goblin boss, and it will throw it towards your location. We can't hit targets within 30 feet. Let's see. Okay. I will throw the goblin boss at Ogvar.
Yeah,
Do I hit you?
that hits. I don't think so. Was it?
Oh, no, it can't hit targets within 30 feet. That's how it works. Yeah, yeah. So that is 5 bludgeoning points of damage, and because it's 30 feet, the goblin boss will take 9 points of damage itself. As
That's awesome.
I'd like you to roll initiatives because even though you don't have to participate in the fight for real, there's clearly going to be something going on right here.
Oh, Ogvar would really like to roll initiative. Dang it! Oh, that
Because
goblin's
you
ending up in the mountain. Don't worry.
they are not very complex thinkers. You came here, something started going wrong, so he shot the goblin at you. That's what's going on. But yeah, you can assume for the time being that the goblins are not hostile to you. The ogre seems to be hostile to everyone. But things can change during the combat. So Juniper, to start with, will take a moment as she will go right next to Ogvar. Oh my god, Ogvar, are you alright?
Hmm. Hmm. Ogvar stares down at the sky.
And all right. And You know what? Since it's a first turn and she wouldn't act on it real fast, Juniper would take a dodge action just to be safe. As this Goblin Outrider, under the commands of the Goblin Boss, will rush towards the Goblin Hatter right there and attempt to strike him. Those Outriders have a Varg below it. If you choose to attack one of them, tell me to attack him, the rider, or the Varg instead. It's up to you. So
Okay.
the Spear Strike will connect, and since
Sheesh.
there is also that, which means the Varg can also make a bite attack. But that will miss. And Locke, it's your turn.
All right. I only have 40 feet of movement, so I am going to just rush down the bridge. I'm going to get to where I can get, and I'm just going to kind of generally call out, "He's turning it against you. Let's get rid of him."
As you pass right there, Locke, you immediately see this guy, the Goblin Boss, like, go away, we can deal with this. You don't come by that place if you don't pay the fee. I need my money. Though no, it's all a lie. You did not pay me. You paid the ogres. They are something entirely different. She seems a bit aggressive towards you, but not like in the mood of attacking you right now. But yeah, you understand that. And look, anything else you'd like to do from there?
No, that's all I can do right now. Movement, I'll just take the dodge as an action.
Okay, that sounds good to me. And the ogre will take his great club from its back and attempt to strike it on top of one of the two outriders there. Clutch! And that will mean one of the outriders is going down. I will mark this as this head, which means that the head is dead. There's only the Vorg alive right now. And then it will be this goblin's turn, who will take a few steps behind. I assume you won't make an opportunity attack.
Nope.
And immediately as it will go behind these, it will attempt to strike towards the goblin, the ogre, sorry, with his short bow. But that will miss. However, as a bonus action, it can attempt to stealth right behind this, and it will become nearly invisible with 23 on stealth. And Ogvar, it's your turn to act.
Yeah, those two goblins seem like they're pretty preoccupied. So what Ogvar's gonna do is he's gonna take his maul and he's gonna try and golf swing this little goblin off the ledge here.
Yes.
Go for it.
Oh my gosh, dude! And we definitely haven't had a short rest, have we?
No, you do not have a short rest. That's true actually. He got more than 86 damage, so yeah, it's wrong. You have advantage. It's 24.
Oh, sweet. Then he moves 5 feet this way.
Yeah, to be fair, you would see it. All except Locke can see it. Okay?
Yeah.
He's right there. And
Well, they're
so
preoccupied, so yeah.
roll me the damage as well for the goblin.
Alrighty. And then he's going to juice it up as well.
The goblin will fall down. I don't believe it will survive, but let me roll some fall damage it will take. I mean, there's no chance it survives. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it has it's been left with 4 HP, and it's a bit more than 4d6 if you fall down. So
Bonus action,
You
he'll
will-
get his psionic power back.
you will hear it scream like "Ah!" as it falls down and
And he lowers his maul back down and acts like nothing happened.
And obviously, after that, the other goblins will turn towards your location. Although they see Locke as well in front of them, they understand that you are not A, someone to mess with, B, friends of them. So this one will take the disengage as a bonus to go away from Locke faster and in safety. And as he will go a lot behind there at the edge of the cliff, he will attempt a short bow attack at. I have a clear shot at Ogvar and Saar. I'll go at Saar because I only attack Ogvar today. Let's go for something
Oh, go ahead and
different.
attack Ogvar, man.
So yeah, that's a short bow attack. And Saar, it's your turn to act. In which one are you telling that? This ogre doesn't seem to understand the common tongue. So he won't understand what you're saying. He will seem confused as you're looking at it and saying stuff, and he will make a scream amidst the combat towards you. No, not really. I mean, the
Yeah,
goblin
just
did
being
say some stuff to it, but no, the goblin did talk in common towards it, but that doesn't mean that he really understood what the goblin said. It was just screaming at him. And that's one of the reasons it attacked it. All right, that three illusions would appear for Saar. Zoop. And suppose that is your turn, right? Okay, then it will be this golden outrider that will yell out loud, "Don't let them pass! They killed our leader!" And he will turn to Locke and try to block the entrance right there. As he will attempt. No, that was not next to the ogre. The other one was. These are large creatures. They occupy 3 hexes. And this one was at these 3. Means it has 10 feet range. 17 hits Locke, I believe.
Uh,
What? Sorry? And that means, because it's an outrider, that the Vorg can also make an attack as a reaction. But that bite attack from the Vorg will miss.
I need that gobbo to reroll because I'm in the dodge action.
Ooh, that's correct. Let me roll for the spear attack. Nope, that will actually miss. You are right.
Tight.
And Junes will attempt to come 10 feet forward and will attempt to Thorn Whip the Outrider, trying to make him fall off his mount. Hmm. Yeah, that would work, but that one did attack the ogre, so I'd assume he would attack. Oh my god, that's another natural one, actually, yeah. So that will miss. And
He's Louise, man.
this one is only the Vorg alive that, you know what? Its rider its rider was smashed in one hit from the ogre, and Vargs are actually quite clever. They even speak not common, but they do know some languages. So it will stop attacking the Hajar and take a disadvantage to show that it is allied with him. With disadvantage and 5 feet away to try to calm down a little bit. And Locke, it's your turn.
All right. Well, tides have ebbed as they have flowed. So I am going to, yeah, bug it. I'm gonna punch the work to start with.
So that will work.
Well,
Whoop,
6
whoop.
will not work, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe we should
Successful
call it
work
here. Because it will get a lot worse going forward.
Man, we are.
We're just getting him out of the way. We're getting him out of the way.
Yeah, it's only up from here. In that case, I'm going to, yeah, fuck it. Bonus action the word.
Hmm?
2 more natural ones.
I was gonna say here's your 0.2% chance again.
Yeah,
Hey.
that works. Right.
Ooh.
And that will make the rider blooded.
Squelch.
Yeah, I'm punching
Oh,
the
you punished
word.
the warg. Okay. The warg
Yeah.
is actually pretty fine.
Yeah, I figured. Gobbo's pretty squish. That's all I can do because that was my bonus. I can't apply anything to that. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's the nuts.
Okay, so the ogre will understand that this warg is allied to him, and he will scream out loud as he will go right here and catch that goblin and throw it at. Okay, 1 is Ogvar, 2 is Junes, 3 is Saar, 4 Locke. 1d4. Let's go. 3. Saar, catch that goblin. No, he's 30 feet, and I mean, I have some movement if I want to go further behind. But it will miss, however, so the goblin will be left right
Torch.
there, suffering. Oh my god, it's so dead.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh.
Nice.
Tup, 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 tup.
A trebuchet.
Awesome.
That's why it can't. The catapult don't have these restrictions about 30 feet close, but trebuchet throw the stones at a very high arc. That's why it works that way. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it works, I suppose. So the other goblin, though it's hidden, it will say, "Help me survive, and I'll help you. I will let you pass without fee." And it will shoot at the goblin hacker there, which seems to be killing everybody, but with advantage since it was hidden from it. So, Raj, 6 damage
Nice.
to the ogre.
No.
As this goblin really pleads for help. And bonus action, it will attempt to stealth once more and successfully, actually. Ogvar, your turn.
Does Ogvar not see the goblin now?
No, you can see it because it's on your side. It's hiding from the ogre goblin hatcher.
Ogvar is gonna pass by Juniper real quick. Walk a bit forward. So that was 20 feet. And he'll point towards the ogre and say, "We are not your enemy. Your enemies are almost dead." Telepathically.
Okay, so understanding you, he will take one small moment being confused and he will respond saying, Ola told me no one passes. You should not pass. Me not scared of goblins, but me scared of Ola.
And that's all I can say this turn.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then,
But you can have an action, of course, if you wish to do other stuff.
yeah. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to aggressive and get right up next to this goblin
Ooh.
and do another golf swing.
No!
Of course.
Stop it! And it will miss.
Yep.
And Saar, it's your turn. Mhm. Do that. 14 does hit. It connects. Ooh, that's a really nice amount of lightning damage. And there will be lightning that connects you two. All right, that sounds good to me. And the Goblin Outrider will once more attempt to retaliate at Locke for his previous strike. So let me go with that.
Would that outrider would have had opportunity attack on me?
At that moment, he considered what the other goblins said about you aligning yourself with them.
Okay.
So I'll say no at that time, but from now and going forward, yes.
Yeah,
So
probably.
let's go with a miss, which means the work cannot take the reaction. Needs to hit the target first, the goblin. And Juniper will play, and C will attempt to cast. What do I cast? I'll cast a chill touch at the ogre. I'll go with that. Ooh, nice strike, Jins. It's a shame you're not here to see them. It means that barely, but it will be at less than half being bloodied. The ogre standing up there and not able to regain hit points. Okay, this Vorg being a wild creature, it will just take this opportunity in an attempt to run, and it will try to pass through you. Are you allowing it to pass through you? Because you are not allies, so it has in a way to ask.
Me? No, I'm not.
Okay, so the Vorg will take a tumble attempt. It will make an acrobatics check, contested by your athletics. Locke and Saar, if any of you surpasses that.
Ah, fuck's sake.
No, if it wants to tumble outside you, it's just athletics for you, I believe. But let me check, just to be sure. Hmm, you're correct. Yet it's a acrobatics check actually. It's not athletics, which means I maybe lock. No, it is not. I have it right here. The action of tumbling. Or is it overrun? Let me check something. Overrun is the proper action that I'm saying, and it's actually an athletics check. Check it out here. It's an interesting action, not very much commonly used. But yeah, surprisingly, because it has more strength than dexterity, it will manage to pass through you, and it will end its turn right here because it doesn't have more speed, go even further away. And Locke, it's your turn to act.
So, am I able to punch it as a reaction, or I didn't read the overrun? Does that like negate that?
The overrun is actually a bonus action, which means as an action it took the disengage.
I have Sentinel, so I ignore that.
Ooh, so you don't care about that. Go for it.
Art.
A 10, I believe, will not hit. Yes,
Yeah,
10
probably
will not
not.
hit. So it will manage to reach here.
Of course, it
Good
wouldn't.
job.
Only cool happens if I did
It,
Hopefully, Juniper doesn't fall into the chasm.
Yeah, I believe Juniper cursed us because he's not here today, and we're getting low.
He's stealing all our good rolls.
I mean, I just greeted with her. But yeah, Locke, it's your turn. In any case, that was a reaction as you attempt to strike at the Goblin Outrider, but he jumps right in front of you and in between Saar's illusions.
Wait, the Outrider or the Orc?
The Varg. Yeah, did I say Outrider? It's my bad. This is a Varg. The Outrider is dead. I cracked the head.
Boy. All right. Well, shit. Saar's there. Juniper's there. Ogvar's there. Well, I don't want to risk a reaction right now, so I'm just going to keep engaging the one in front of me.
So are you attacking the Goblin or the the Varg?
I'll do the goblin first, just because I don't need two attacks coming at me.
Okay. So first strike, 16 hits. Seven, it is bloodied.
All right, since that hit, I'm going to burn an adrenaline rush point to make 2 more strikes. Gonna make him at the gobbo. If he happens to that, the first, the second will obviously be to the warg.
Let's see about it.
I know. Granted, I hit. That's kind of the key to this recipe.
Granted, no one. Woo! Okay, roll me the crit. I believe it will be enough to drop it down. Yeah, it is. Which means the second attack I'll guess will go to the Varg. Right?
Yes.
Go for it. For 7 points of damage. A nice strike, indeed. As Locke, in a surge of his adrenaline, will manage to go one strike, grappling the goblin and tossing it right outside of its mount, and he will slam it into the ground with the goblin falling unconscious, and immediately he will force his other hand towards the huge wolf called Warg in front of him that will scream at the sound of his strike. Anything else like movement you would like to do?
Well, what I'm gonna do is for my little my thing, since I hit it with a flurry of blows, I'm gonna make it not take reactions, and then
Okay.
I'm going to move over here to try to what's the word? What's the word? Distract from Juniper.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a good idea. So the ogre is now left without goblins, so it will catch his javelin. It has only one javelin, though it doesn't have many, and he will attempt to shoot it at Saar. I will roll a d20 for the mirror image first. Okay, that means I will hit a mirror image, but let me see if I do hit it. Yeah, which means one of them will be destroyed. And then it will come closer, rushing forward. And then it will be this goblin's turn that will immediately take the disengage action, running away from Ogvar, and will say, "Hey, stop attacking me! I told you I'd help you, please, please!" And he will take the dash as a normal action, because it had the disengage as a bonus, and it will go right into the corner just to get some steps away from them, as he will drop its weapons and hold his hands up, clear in the air. Ogvar, it's your turn.
That guy's surrendering. I don't want to. What? Oh my gosh, I'm trying to move my guy. There we go. There you go. Do. Ogvar will stand here. And if Shar is willing, Ogvar would like to move Shar right here.
Mm-hmm.
with telekinetic movement as an action. And Ogvar is going to take her place in between everyone and will once again try and telepathically communicate with the ogre.
Sorry, if you move there, you will have an opportunity attack from the ogre.
Oh, well then I won't do that because I
Yep.
don't want him to hit me. First, well yeah, I talk to him and I say,
Hmm?
we can talk about this, we can talk to Zolo, but you need to calm down now, or else it's going to get bloody. He's going to use his second wind.
Hey, Ogvar, roll me a persuasion or an intimidation check. Totally up to you.
I don't think either is higher, so let me see if intimidation's higher real quick. Nope. So persuasion.
Right. And you say that, I will leave it at that for now. I will respond at its turn. So you did your action to move Saar, right? And the bonus
Yeah.
action second wind, which means it's Saar's turn.
And Char didn't hear any of that because I'm using it telepathically, so she can do whatever she wants.
Yep. Five lightning. Yeah, I doubt that. I mean, if it were to run totally away, yeah, it would, but not to just avoid it if it is fighting. So I suppose that's your turn, sir? As you continue to cackle with lightning, this Varg will attempt to attack Ogvar with a bite. Yep,
That
that
hits.
will hit for 6 piercing a laurel, and you need to succeed on a strength save or be knocked prone.
I'm usually good at those. Let me see if I am now.
Didn't expect to roll above 1 today, but it seems to be working right now. The last 2 rolls are decent. But yeah, Ogvar will be standing up. Okay, that's not a cool lesson to learn to complain. So the Varg will attempt to bite you at your knee, but you will manage to tough it out and stay calm at your position while concentrating on touching down the ogre. And Juniper, seeing all this, she will attempt. What should I do? I did the healing word earlier. I don't want to expend her other spells. I would use an infestation towards the goblin outrider in front there, the Vorg actually. Which means it would roll a constitution save, but it would not be affected by the worms and the other creepy stuff that Juniper uses as a druid of spores. And this one, he will this turn attempt to overrun Juniper, which means he will be taking an opportunity attack by Locke, even with a disengage action. So roll me the attack, Locke. That means it won't be able to move. So roll me the damage. 7 points. That's nice. However, be it that way, it will turn to your location and attempt to make a bite attack at you. To no avail
Good.
in an attempt to run away, and it's your turn to act.
All right. Yeah, with that one, I'm going to attempt keyword to unload on that one.
Hits.
All right, 2 more.
The 22 strikes.
Okay.
It is blooded.
So, with that, I'm going to attempt to push it 15 feet away from me and hopefully
Ooh,
over the edge.
that's cool. Do I make a strength or a dex save?
A strength.
And I fail it, I believe.
Oh, shit, yes.
Okay, so goodbye, Mr. Goblin Outrider and Varg.
Ooh, right.
Or splat.
So Locke, in a quick burst of strikes, he will go one punch at its face, and then adrenaline and seeing some of its out of balance positions, he will make a very strong right at the center of its balance, dropping it 15 feet away from him. Ogvar, it reminds you of your telekinetic movements of your psionic from Crusher and everything stuff like that you do, but it's even further away for an enemy. So yeah, very solid strike from Locke.
And so after that, I'm going to just give a quick like acknowledging look to Juniper. I'm going to turn around and just get up in this one's face.
That was nice. And the Goblin Hatter will grab its great club and it will slam on the ground, trying to break away from all the angriness and fury that it has inside it, as it will take a dodge action trying to calm down without attacking this turn. And the Goblin will be kind of suspicious and will have its short bow up, but will not attack yet, as it will take some small steps, leaving slowly yet steadily. And Ogvar, it's your turn to act.
Alright, first, Ogvar is going to yell at Char and say, "Quit your lightning shit!" And then he'll smack the warg with his maul. Or he'll try and smack the warg with his maul, rather.
Mhm. 13, I believe, hits.
Hey!
Yeah, it does. Ooh,
11.
11 damage. That's
And
that
I'll
was
spice
very
it up a
close.
bit.
Spice it. Yep, that will be enough to do the job. As it will fall 5 feet further from you, down to the ground and dead. And it will be Saar's turn. Let's see what she will do. Well, it did offer to help you if you helped it be alive, but Ogvar tried to attack it, so it's not sure
Yeah.
what's going on. It's in between running away, having its short bow, and waiting for someone of you to call it back. It's confused. Okay. Waiting to see how it turns out with Ogvar and the ogre, I suppose. So, yeah, Juniper will also come a bit closer, but slowly. Not sure about what's going on, but seeing the ogre a bit more calm than before, she will just take the dodge action to be in readiness of action should anything occur, and she will end its turn. And Locke, your turn to act.
Yeah, kind of taking that cue from Ogvar. I myself will take a dodge and I'll just kind of circle around just to here, but yeah.
All right, and as this is all before the Goblin Hatter, I will drop initiatives. As he will calm down, he will unequip his great club. He will put it on his back, and the Goblin will start dashing away. And goblins being able to dash and hide at the same round, you won't be able to catch it that far away. So it is leaving. And the ogre will take a few steps and it will sit at one of the big stones and the big rocks that is right there.
Well, go ahead, big guy.
Ogvar will ease and slowly walk towards and sit on this rock. Not on the edge, but right there. And he'll look at him and speak telepathically and be like, we all good? Are you calm down right now?
I'm okay. What do you want? You can pass now. No one is here to stop you.
Well, that's not really why I'm, at least why I'm sticking around right now. I wanted to make sure you're all right. I know we kind of hit you a lot there.
It's fine. I started it.
Sorry for crushing all your. And he'll hesitate and be like, friends in heavy quotations.
And
But
it will look a bit weirded out by you. But it will look then on Juniper, Locke, Saar, you being four and it being only one, it will feel obliged to say friends to you. Being a bit scared about its well-being.
well, you've got a. I don't know how long you all live, but seems like you got some good time ahead of you. I think we're going to come across this Zolo, and I'll put a good word in for you, if that's really what you want.
It's not about a good word, but I will have to suffer punishment from Ola. She's not forgiving.
Well, that doesn't seem like a. I don't know. Doesn't seem like something I would want for you.
You can't stop Ola. If
I could
you
try.
could, I could.
We seem to be good to stop you all.
I'm nothing compared to her. She has the strength of a hill giant.
Sorry you feel that way. We
And
all have
she
room to
uses
improve.
this, and the ogre points at his brain. She's very clever. She's more clever than a little gnome.
Pretty smart too. Not to brag, but I really want to help you out, man. I don't want you to keep being in a place like this.
That's just how we are. She is the strongest. She deserves to be the leader. If I become more strong, I will become the leader.
Ogvar will reach out a hand and warily put it on his shoulder and say, "That's not how it has to be, though."
The ogre seems severely confused. Like he has never thought of something like this. What do you mean?
You don't have to live in a place where everything's so hostile. I come from a not so dissimilar place, and it was very hard on me, and it really hurt to see what happened to you.
The ogre will keep staring in your eyes, Ogvar, and will say, "Roll me a persuasion check."
I mean, that seems very cryptic of you, but
All right. So let's say it's hard to describe, but calming to talk to someone like you. But that's the way it is. I mean, even if it were to be different, someone would need to change that. Shouldn't there be one?
there's no reason there couldn't be 2, 3, 4. We could. I don't know. I'd like to change a lot of things about the world we live in, and I feel like, you and me together. I don't know. I feel like with the people I've met, Zola wouldn't stand a chance.
I would like to be different than this. I would like to be the leader here. And not Ola.
What's your name, man? I'm Ogvar.
Oh, we got the same name. I'm Ogfel.
It's nice. Well, our boss over there has a job she wants us to complete, but really like to help you out if we ever get past that.
If you go a lot further up, you'll see there are many ogres. Not hundreds, but decades.
Mm.
Ola is the ruler. If you want to change this, go there. I believe you will die. But it will be an honorable death. So you can still go there.
I'll take that challenge, Ogvar.
Ogvel needs to rest. I
You
will
might want.
I
Sorry.
will return to my people later on. I understand that I should have stopped you here, but I could not. But these marks prove that I fought. So the punishment will not be as severe. If you change things around, then there will even be no punishment in future.
Well,
I mean, it really helped a lot. Even mechanically, you didn't have to fight all of them at once. It was cool. It was cool. I liked it. You know what? Have an inspiration, even though it's like you understand the one who needs it.
I appreciate the gesture. Probably won't help, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
so Ogvar will be like, oh well, when you go back there, tell change is coming, and I'll I'll make sure that your punishment doesn't go unpaid for.
Thank you, Ogvar. He will cut you through from the shoulder. He has a very big hand. Obviously, he's
Yeah.
no good. Very friends.
Friends. And Ogvar will step away.
And you will then fall behind, sitting a little bit to mend his wounds. Be alright.
Hey, real quick there, big guy.
No?
Recently, have you possibly seen two small, weak-looking people come by?
Small. You?
No, two. And I'll hold up two fingers because I doubt numbers might mean much.
Okay. That's a very good gesture, actually, for it. And he will scratch his head. Yes. Week before. Two. He will make two fingers as well. Two. Yes. And he will give a thumbs up. Like he's saying that yes, two people passed a week ago.
They just paid and kept going.
Yes. Fed.
All right. Cool. Thanks for the help.
And he will wave to you with. He will not wave, he will nod his head towards you as you're leaving.
It's interesting. Thank you, Shar, for stopping. Are we still bringing the cards with us, right? Okay. Oh yeah, you literally said that. It's my bad. Sorry, I have like dementia.
It's alright, no worries.
Well,
And Juniper will ask Ogvar, what did you talk about with the ogre? You were staring at it for too much time and didn't say a word.
we're not dissimilar, me and him. He's got a home up ahead, but it's not very inviting, not very kind. And, I might have made a promise or two.
Promise?
I wanted to help him out. His leader is complacent with what these goblins are doing.
Oh, you're so good, Ogvar.
Um,
Right, let's make sure you keep the promise then. So we'll
I
start
plan
towards.
to.
Hmm?
Do.
Alright, so as you keep venturing uphill, it's slowly getting closer to sunset, which means that you should take a look around to find a place perhaps for the night, in case that you are staying, so now that there are still lights on. Uh, roll me. First, before that, roll me survival check. One of you, I don't know which has the best modifier, with advantage, as I will say that the others are helping him, are assisting. Juniper has also a decent survival, has a +3. I don't know if anyone has more than that.
And I got 2. It's probably probably gonna
I don't
stay
have
with
any.
June's.
Negative.
Right. I'll roll Junipers with advantage as you are assisting here, which
Gee.
apparently was a good idea. I'm rolling nice today. And Juniper will say that. I mean, I didn't make any difficult fights today because it would be a lot unfair with such rolls. So Juniper will say that we are at around 6,000 feet right now, which means that if all things go well, it's possible that tomorrow we can reach the peak. But we should find a shelter for the day. And who said that he has a +2? Locke?
First. Yeah, survival.
All
Yeah.
right. One of you two, roll me the second survival check with advantage.
Um.
Shar should.
It's gonna say, look, haven't. Yeah, I'll roll it. So I'll roll it so you can blame me. I'll help
You know
you.
what? If you want, both roll a normal one, and we can count the highest of the
Yeah,
two.
you know what? Yeah.
Oh, you see, both are decent actually. So. So, after all, uh, searching a little bit around without keeping any of the part of the road so that you are not lost at all, Saar will manage to find an opening which seems to be like a cave, and would mean that hopefully that would be a nice place to stay for the night. However, it seems to be kind of deep. Not a lot. You can clearly understand that it has an ending close to it, and you can hear nothing from inside, which means that it is not crowded, and that's a good thing, obviously. But, of course, since you are staying for night, it would be a good idea to explore it first. So, let's explore it a little bit before
Yeah.
we go to sleep.
Mm.
You're on the top left.
I pull out my crystal.
Let me grant you some light.
Oh, sorry. Did I just ruin your thing?
I did not grant you light yet because you have more vision from light and it's need to set it a bit differently. So 2010 all players see light and controlled by Ogvar.
Yeah.
Let me make it purple. All right. Do you see this light in front of you, Ogvar?
Yerp.
You can feel free to catch it along with your character and move with that. It sheds some light.
Um, There we go. All right, I got it.
Right. So Ogvar, as you go a bit deeper into the cave, you can actually feel some warmth inside it.
Warmth.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
All right.
Oh yeah.
And
This is
stop right there.
I
Because at
stopped
that
right here.
moment, yes, at that moment, through a small hole into the ground, you will see a creature. Small one, but rather unpleasant. But you don't like what you're seeing. Because it seems like this creature, a reptilian
Oh
kind
my
with
god.
some harder pieces on outside and a very big number of limbs, will just come outside and, as a surprise attack, it will make it with advantage a stabby stab. Wait. For 8 points of damage that hurt, and I need you all to roll initiatives. It will not last much, but
I just. Uh-oh, what just happened? I'm gone.
Mm-hmm. Let me cast the light as well.
Hang on. I did something wrong here.
Okay. I will add you, Ogvar, don't worry.
Oh,
Was there a problem with your token? No. Add
my
turn.
only my purple was there for some reason. I don't know why. But
Oh,
no,
okay.
let me initiative. Yeah.
Okay, that's an 8. Which means, Saar, you are the first to act after immediately seeing this small reptilian insectoid being coming outside. That, of course, will connect, I believe. Yes, it's 20. I mean, why wouldn't it? And the creature will screech as. Well,
It
it
actually
has
has
some pretty
25
higher,
AC.
but yeah, not above that. And anything else you'd like to do, Sar? Okay, you draw. Okay, go Locke.
Ah, for fuck's sake, I hate hiking. And I'm going to come up alongside Ogvar and try a low leg kick at it.
It's biting at my ankle right now.
10 will not hit, however.
All right, well, barring that, I will bonus try to hammer fist it.
24 does hit. And yeah, that will be enough to make it go down and fall into the ground. Which means initiatives are off, and you get a chance to get a closer look at it. As you can understand that this is not a normal being to, it's not an animal. It's a monster. It's a monstrosity, something different. It, like, roll me a nature or a medicine check. Whoever wants to can roll any of those. All right. So, though Ogvar, you have never heard of such a creature, so you
Yeah.
can't understand parts about its body. But Saar and Locke, entirely from a biological perspective, it seems like this is a very young creature, like it has only recently been born. And being in that size while just being born is actually a bit scary. It means that it grows up to the size of a horse. And also, even though it's young, it's, its scraps around it, its scales are very thick. Uh, Spoiler alert, it has 16 armor class. And it's just that small, which means a bigger one would actually be a lot more scary.
It's just a little bug. Oh, really? All right. Well, I guess, yeah, you're right. We should not be in here then. Ogvar's gonna pick up the corpse and stuff in his backpack.
Hmm? Ogvar, As you do look around, you realize that this being has left quite wide hole uh, up to the size of its body around in the place that it came from. You don't see other holes uh, before and in front of you in the cave. At least on the places that you can't see such stuff.
Ogvar will. Hang on. Let me look at my inventory real quick. Ogvar will take out. Shit, all I have is silver. Alright, well, Ogvar takes out 1 silver and looks to Shar. Can you cast your light thingy on this?
Hmm.
And he'll drop the coin down the hole to see how far it goes.
All right, it will go around 20 feet below, and then it seems like there is a turn, so it won't go further.
Looks like they have a pretty extensive network. This isn't just a new place for them.
As you watch its arms, you realize that these are solid rock tunnelers. They're not just burying through sand; it's buried through solid rock. Just takes some time, obviously. It's not an easy task to do, but yeah. However, being no holes being nearby means that it's just a, let's say, random occasion, probably, or you know, something that is not happening usually in this cave because you would see a lot of holes otherwise.
Tired Char. Possibly. Well, again, these things are pretty strong, so it's probably just, wandering a bit far. Trying to get a quick snack. Too bad it found us. Well, I guess we should, go off and rest before we walk any further. Let me subtract my gold piece. Or silver. Oop. There we go. Alright. Burrowing creatures.
Feel free to proceed forward if you wish to.
Alright then. Ogvar will. Let me just get my entire token and he'll walk forward. Actively
Juniper.
perceiving for holes.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, I've put the. If anything else there is, you will see it on the map. Don't worry.
Yeah, I've threw the corpse in my backpack.
Yep.
Oh, that looks ominous.
Hey, so right there where you are, it seems like this is a kind of a dead end. It makes a circular way around this hole. It ends. But there are two things that get your attention. First, this kind of big tunnel in the center of this cave. And second, and more mysterious, you see right here something that looks something like a rock out of obsidian. But it's in a weird shape as you look at it. It's very circular, oval, like a perfect oval, like an egg. And when you think of that, you will hear it crack. And
No.
this egg will start hatching. And you will see
Guys.
some flames coming from inside it. And
Guys,
immediately after, you will see a snake-like being, but covered in flames, coming outside of this egg. And it will rush out of it in a spur of a moment, as it seems like it's unable to open his eyes for a small few moments. But it seems like it's in heat, like it is a flame.
it's an important distinction. Yes. So that's alright. Um,
And I believe at this point it would be a nice timing to call it for today. Saar wants it. Yeah, because this would also be an interesting encounter for Juniper as well. So I would like for us to have it all together next time.
weird fire snake. Note finished.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, William would surely want it. I can see that. And
I
Saar
have no
would
idea
if
what to
she
do.
knew what it was, I guess. It has some interesting facts about it.
My bar squishes. No. Just kidding. Uh,
And that's where we are at the middle of our hiking. A few weird stuff have happened, and all of these are gonna tie in together slowly yet steadily. So, hopefully, you did enjoy the session. I, for one, enjoyed it a lot, even though it had a lot of natural ones. I believe
just the perfect amount of okay rolls.
that's a fair guess. I can see it being realistic. But yeah,
Ah, jeez.
in any case, I hope you like the fair share of adventuring we are getting in this and the following few sessions. Hmm. Yeah, the next
This
ones are also
session
gonna have
had
a lot of
everything.
surprises.
It had birds. It had ogres.
No, but no, this was a jam-packed session with a lot of good things in it.
Yeah.
And aside
What?
from just the cavalcade of just abysmal rolls, if I had any inclination toward maths, I would try to work out how that turned out natural ones compared to other things. But no, it was still cool.
Weird how that works. How probability works. Ah,
Mhm.
can't wait to watch it again. Watch us all miss a bunch of birds.
See you.